can't see it, but I am wearing a sort of Harry Potter shirt. It says, I solemnly swear I'd rather be sleeping. Best shirt I could have ever found, purchased, bought, because me in a nutshell.
Hello friends, it is Danny, and I'm so excited because November is right around the corner, and that means
Nanowrimo, Nanowrimo.
For those of you that don't know, Nanowrimo stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it is the month of November where we book writers alike all come together and we set a challenge for ourselves to write 1,667 words a day to complete a 50,000 word novel by the end of November. Seems easy, right? I have participated for the past 2 years. Technically, 2014 I didn't really go with the website or anything, but last year I associated with the website, wrote a 50,000 word novel that is still not done, but I won technically. The website didn't count it, but I counted it because I hit 50,000 by midnight. But I am participating again this year, and so I thought I would make a video leading up to Nanowrimo, talking about my prep strategies and my plans for this Nanowrimo, and I even put together the basket of goodies that I have right here. See this right here? This is a collection of everything I believe that I need literally and figuratively as my Nanowrimo survival kit. So I am going to talk first about what I plan to do for Nano, and then how I'm going to use all these as my survival kit. So flashback to 2015's November, I was writing a YA dystopian LGBTAQ novel. It was sci-fi, it was set in this world kind of like Divergent, kind of not, kind of like The Giver, kind of not. It was just a mix of everything. I got it to 50,000 words. I have not gone back to it since, and I have not edited any of that, or I started to but then didn't continue with that. This year, however, I have decided to not completely scrap that idea, but like push it off to the side and start a brand new story. Basically, I got this idea because last November Tyler and I got engaged, and I have been in full bridal wedding mode, even though we're not doing a wedding for like 3 years. Because of this, and because of all my Pinteresting and things, I have come up with a new adult novel based around a character who attends so many weddings but never has a date, and then she meets this guy who changes that because she basically hires him to be her wedding date, and stuff happens. It's gonna be no adult, that's all I'm gonna say, because I have a plot for it, I have a plan for it. I am so ready for November to be here. I have been checking the Nano forums, I have been like planning as best I can, trying not to write the story, even though I have like little blurbies that I want to kind of fit in there, so I've kind of been rebelling and already writing for it, but not really. And I'm super pumped, super pumped, because 1, I'm doing Nano, 2, I am going to be attending all of my local regions write-ins, and we have one on the 1st of November at Chapters, which is really cool because Chapters has agreed to let us use their community room for our write-in, and also have a little display at the front promoting Nanowrimo and books that were written for Nanowrimo, like books that were written as Nanowrimo novels that are now published. So cool. My book could be there someday, guys. It could. So basically, November is the month to drop everything and write for me, and I'm so ready for that to happen. Just like anxiously awaiting. I can't stop moving my hands. I'm so excited. That being said, I am going to be doing a Nano vlog. Tried that last year. No, tried that 2 years ago when I was writing Paper Planes and Where We Land, which was technically a Camp Nano video. That never got posted because it never got finished because I gave up completely. I got to like day 20 something and then was like, nope, done, not filming it anymore. This year, however, I think it's going to be more fun because I'm pumped for my novel. I am so ready to get started. I'm going to be attending the write-in, so I will be taking the vlog with me and hopefully showing you some of my Nano friends that I have in real life. And then at the end of this month, we will see how the end of that vlog turns out, whether or not I win or don't win. I'm hoping I will win though. I think I'm gonna win. I think I got this. I got it. I had it last year. I got it this year. I'm actually very like overconfident this. If you guys would like to add me as a buddy on the Nanowrimo website, my Nanowrimo name will be down in the description bar and right here across your screen, which is basically just nanowrimo.org/participant/Danny Darling, because that's me. If there's anything else you guys would like to know about my nano journey this month, I can do like a couple mini update videos if you really want me to do that. Or I could do the Nanowrimo tag again, where I answer the questions and things like that. I did that for 2015, I think. I will be answering any nano questions on Twitter and through comments and whatever. I'm just really pumped for nano, and I figured now is the perfect opportunity to jump into my nano survival kit so that I can show you what I'm going to be using for this Nanowrimo and some things that you guys could potentially find useful for your Nanowrimo too. So let's get started. So I have here my Nanowrimo survival kit basket. I just put it in this basket so that I could take a picture for Instagram and the thumbnail. But I'm going to be going through and showing you the things that I have and the reasons why I have them. The first thing that I have on my survival list are headphones that go along with music. Music is a big part of my Nanowrimo planning and survival. I can't focus on something if there's complete silence, and so music is the perfect way to help me focus on writing. And I try to listen to what my writing teacher last year called pink music, and by that I don't mean pink with the exclamation point, like, you know, try, or just give me a reason. I'm talking like soft music that fades into the background, that is there and you can focus on it, but it's not taking over what you're doing. Might potentially talk to him about giving me a playlist for this year, but my usual go-to playlist for Nanowrimo writing or writing in general, I tend to stick towards indie, folk, and pop. And if any of you know me, you know that one of my go-to people to listen to is the Civil Wars, even though they've been broken up for like 3 years now. My heart was not prepared for that. But yeah, maybe I will create a nano playlist and link it down below. Let me know if you want that. Next, I have a notebook and a pen. These are staples for me. Not that I do any of my writing in a notebook unless I really have to, but this is a great thing to carry around for me, because I tend to get ideas when I'm on the bus on the way to school, and like when I have nothing else to think about, so I just start thinking about something interesting to me, which is writing. And so having a book and a pen is a great option to have with you, because then you have areas to write your ideas. I personally have this Red Queen notebook that I got from the HarperCollins event I went to, a future survival guide tip. This is not Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. My next one is super heavy, but my next survival kit must-have is electronics. Here I have my computer and my iPad and my phone, and I'm going to show you them one at a time because this is way too heavy. So the main thing that I use for Nanowrimo is my MacBook. This is my sticker from Nanowrimo last year, hoping to get a new one this year. And I do most, if not all, of my writing on here, and if it turns out that I can't write on here, because this is kind of heavy to carry around everywhere, I then use my iPad, which right now has a bunch of notifications on it that I didn't realize it had. But I do have a keyboard case for it that I tend to put on it when I'm doing nano. And if I don't do my writing on my laptop and I don't do my writing on my iPad, because this too can get a little clunky to carry around, then I will resort to using my phone, because I'm one of those people that don't really have a problem with typing on my phone. And with these electronics comes the next survival kit thing, which is apps. Apps are a big deal to me because I use a couple of different ones to do my writing. On my computer, I use an app called Scrivener, which is technically the Nanowrimo go-to writing software, and I got that last year. An app that I use to link all 3 of my devices together is a little app I like to call Evernote. And I found out about this through my ML of Nanowrimo last year because she and another write-in goer person was using Evernote so that they connect it to their phone and their computer. Mine only connects my phone to my computer because Evernote has this rule where it's only a 2-device thing, but that's convenient. And when it's with my iPad, I will just use Google Docs, which then sends it everywhere, which is great. So I tend to jump between those. Another important thing that I use while writing on my computer are these bad boys, which are USB drives. Both of these are 8 gigabytes because I pretty much store all of my writing on this one, and this one used to be my pretty USB book DIY that I did, links in the doobly-doo and the cards and everything. Sadly, that book kind of broke, so now I have to get more clay and make a new one. Another big thing that I like to use while I'm writing are, I guess you could call them how-to books, because I have a young adult one and a new adult one. The new adult one is obviously the one I'm going to be using for this Nanowrimo, but I did have this one for last year, and this one is Writing New Adult Fiction by Deborah Halverson with a foreword by Sylvia Day, and this one is Writing Great Books for Young Adults by Regina L. Brooks. These are great because if there is advice that I need, I can go look in these before searching the Google machine for whatever I'm looking for. This is kind of the thing that I'm going to be carrying around all throughout November. So going along with my notebook, I have this very noisy pencil case full of my favorite sort of writing utensils. Sharpie pens, is that gonna show up? There we go. Sharpie pens, and this one is another type of marker felt tip pencil. It's a Papermate Flare. It's kind of clear that I enjoy Papermate type pens because my other favorite kind of pen to write in is gelish sort of ink pens, and I have found that the Papermate Ink Joy pens are like my go-to sort of pen. It used to be the Bic ones with the blue caps and then it had the clear bodies, but then I found these and it's like I buy these every year for school now. This one I have just found recently, which is the Papermate Ink Joy stylus pen, which is a pen on this side and a little stylusy doodad on the other end. Just broke the 4th wall. My cups of choice, which are my mug that my friend got me this year for my birthday, and it says, "Sometimes all you need is a good book and a cup of tea." And this is like my favorite cup ever. This I will put white hot chocolate or normal hot chocolate because I'm not a coffee drinker. And then I have my Contigo cup, which usually is full of lemonade or some form of juice that is not fruit punch because I don't like fruit punch. This cup, however, is really convenient because it holds 24 ounces of liquids, and right now it's still got water in it from just being washed. But the beauty of this is I could still be typing with one hand and drinking with the other because of the straw. Vital survival item, say that 4 times fast, is snacks. Snacks are like the epitome of the thing we survive on for Nanowrimo. Usually for Nanowrimo, we eat like the birds. I don't really have a go-to snack, but around this time, this goes on sale, and that makes me happy because nobody else wants to buy it, so I will. Now that's candy corn. Nobody I know likes candy corn. I love it. My best friend loves it. Tyler hates it. Everybody else I know hates it. That is the snack that I have put in my basket, but I will probably load up a couple baggies of like Crispers or Oreos or something important as well in there. You know what? We're just gonna say that from the rest of this video. My next survival guide tip is to have a quiet space. In my room, I have my chair that you guys see me film in sometimes, and I also have my desk, which is currently unusable because it's stacked about yay high with just crap that I need to get rid of, and that will be a job for me this week, getting those cleared off so I can have those for Nano. The other spaces that I have are the options of writing at school, which really isn't quiet, and writing at the library, which I will probably be making use of. That leads me to my next survival guide tip, which is community. because having a community was something I did not have in 2014 when I did my very first Nanowrimo, Camp Nano, whatever it was. And then last year I started looking at my region's like forums and stuff and realized that we host write-ins, and we did the night of writing dangerously in our own way. Like, we went from 7 at night till 7 in the morning at a 24-hour bakery and just wrote for those 12 hours. It was the best night of my life. I was so tired afterward, but it was like the best night of my life, and so I'm so excited for that to happen again. But having a community space where you can go to, like if you have a write-in area for your Nano, definitely check out the local write-ins or even the virtual write-ins that the Word Nerds or Nanowrimo does. Having those tools and those places and people that you can go to is like one of the best survival guide tips that I will ever give you. Don't hesitate, don't be afraid. I was really shy going to my first few write-ins, and I've actually decided that next year I'm going to sign up to be an ML for my local region because I think that would be so much fun. So definitely check out any community-oriented things that you have, because holy grail survival tip. Another survival guide tip is to have comfy and cozy clothing, because November, if you live in somewhere that isn't Florida, Louisiana, or somewhere that does not get snow, comfy and cozy clothes like track pants, yoga pants, any sort of pants, or if you want to forego pants, go ahead. That's your choice. I have cozy sweaters that I love, like my Stitch sweater, which you guys have not seen yet, and my big gray sweater, which you guys have seen so many times in like 2014's winter months. I typically get very warm though, so I like just chilling out in a cozy, comfy t-shirt, specifically graphic t-shirts, but that's just me. But yes, comfy clothings are a must. The last two things you need to have, or I need to have, are patience, because I am not a very patient person. If it's not going the way I want it to, when I want it to, I get frustrated. And the last thing that I have on my list is one that I just kind of recently had in the past year, because I know it happens every year to me that I have Nanowrimo plans, is to have a backup plan for when you hit the inevitable writing block slump of Nanowrimo, because I get that every year. I get halfway through, I think I'm going great, I get to the word count goal, and then I start bottoming out and dying, and I almost don't finish, but then I do, but it's stressful. So I think my plan for this year is going to be to have the open-mindedness of writing out of order, because last year I didn't really like the idea of writing out of order, but I did it a couple of times and then I got kerfuffled. So if I'm gonna write out of order this year, which is kind of my backup plan, because there are scenes that I know I want to have in this book, I'm gonna have to remember where I want to put those in, so I might have to citate it and be like, put it here when you get to that part. So have your little backup game plan for when you hit that slump, unless you are very lucky and you don't hit that slump, but I think all of us do at some point. The last thing that I want to add is don't be afraid to suck, because this is just the first draft of our novel. We're not writing it to send it off right away, we're writing it to get it written and then have the opportunity to edit it, which is what Camp Nano is for. In past years, I've kind of psyched myself out and said that, you know, if it's not good the first time around, then it's not good at all. And that's not true, because the first time around is always gonna suck. You're always gonna wanna write something different to make it sound better, and sometimes changing it so many times when you're doing your first draft is not the best idea, because then it's not the original story you had planned, and maybe the original is better than what you're trying to write now to make it better. If that makes any sense. I'm just word vomiting now. Oh yeah, this video just got me super pumped. I'm so ready. I can't stop flailing my arms, so I'm just gonna put them on my hips, cause if I don't, they're just gonna keep moving. So this video has just got me super pumped to be doing Nano, and it's like 9 days away, but I'm just ready for it to be now, and I'm not gonna say that on the first day. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? I've got school and I've got Nano, and how am I gonna stay where you were put? How am I going to be able to figure out how to get it all done? And then I do. I'm just super excited. Comment down below what your Nano plans are, what your survival tips are, what your survival kits include. I just want to have a big Nano discussion down below and see who is writing this year. I know of a few booktubers that are writing this year, which is exciting. I might potentially do more Nano videos not leading up to Nano, but definitely during Nano if I decide that there are videos that I need to film. Be sure to check out my Nano vlog at the end of November when that happens. Hopefully I will win. If you want live Nano updates from me during November, then you should probably follow my Twitter, which is down below. All of my social media links are down below, and I will probably be updating on all of those at some point. Except for Goodreads, because I don't plan on reading in November. I'm almost at my Goodreads goal, which is good. So yeah, I'm done rambling now. I hope you have a happy Nanowrimo, and let's do this. Let's get it done. Let's go. I'm ready. See you guys in my next video. Bye!
Thank you for watching my video. Hope that you really enjoyed the show. Hit that subscribe button down below and go and read some books.